Hey, you take my ID. If anything go wrong, you bust in like your LAPD.
This won't work. I'm not 6'1".
What do you get when you pair one of the greatest action stars of all time with one of the best comedians at the time? You get a classic movie that is still talked about decades later. Obviously, you clicked the video and read the title, and saw the thumbnail, so you know that the movie I'm talking about today is Rush Hour. A lot of people talk about how great and funny this movie is to them, but to me, it gets kind of personal. I have a genuine love for this movie because it pretty much shaped who I am today. This film is truly iconic for multiple reasons, but I'm going to try and explain the film's impact on me and how it kind of molded the Jay Reese y'all know today.
Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again, y'all.
Alright, first let's start at the very beginning. You can't talk about Rush Hour without talking about the success and legend of Jackie Chan. After the Kung Fu craze in the 70s, where the West got their hands of plenty of Kung Fu movies from Asia and their popularity continued to rise, there were two stars that caught the eye of people in Hollywood: Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan. Bruce Lee was the first star to be born from this craze and starred in plenty of films like Enter the Dragon, Fist of Fury, and Games of Death before his unfortunate passing in 1973. Rest in peace to an absolute legend. After years of studios trying to make their own Bruce Lee copycat, studios stopped trying to mimic the icon that was Bruce Lee. In Asia, studios started working on finding their next star and found Jackie Chan, who had worked with Lee in films like Enter the Dragon. His first role that propelled him into stardom was Drunken Master, which was a film that introduced many mainstream audiences to his comedic kung fu style of films. Chan then starred in many films throughout the years that I'll mention in a later video, but his first time getting a real cult following was with the worldwide release of his film Rumble in the Bronx, which inspired the newly hired director of Rush Hour, Brett Ratner, to hire Chan as not a co-star or a sidekick in his film, but as one of the main leads in the film. The role of Carter also had numerous different actors in mind before landing in front of Chris Tucker. The studio was initially interested in big names like Martin Lawrence, Wesley Snipes, Chris Rock, Eddie Murphy, and Dave Chappelle respectively, who had all turned it down for various reasons. Ratner then looked at Chris Tucker, who gained popularity for his breakout role in Friday with Ice Cube, was a very famous stand-up comedian, and who had worked with Ratner a couple years prior in Money Talks. Ratner then decided that Chris Tucker would be the perfect match for Jackie Chan, and the rest was history.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
If you click on this video, I'm assuming you already know how Rush Hour goes and the plot of the movie, but if you don't know how it goes, let me break it down for y'all real quick. Rush Hour follows LAPD Detective James Carter and Detective Inspector Yan Yang Lee trying to find Su Young, the Chinese consul Han's daughter, after she gets kidnapped by Jun Tao.
When you walk by every night, talking sweet and looking fine, how you kinda hectic inside.
This film is an incredible buddy cop film showing the relationship between these two men from different worlds working together to solve this crime. We get plenty of incredible moments here in this film that cements both Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker as household names in the homes of many people around the world. The action is great, and Jackie Chan does a great job at finding ways to use his environment in the fight, whether it be a steering wheel handcuffed to his wrist, to inside of a bar, or my personal favorite fight scene in the whole movie is when he is trying to fight while also trying to keep the Chinese artifacts in the museum safe from being destroyed. Also, the jokes in this movie were top notch. To keep it a buck, a lot of stuff that they were saying in this film would not slide today just because it's a different world than how it was 20 years ago, but I still thought it was an incredibly funny film. And even if you take away all the jokes people would say would be inappropriate in today's culture, you still have a really funny movie because they actually have really good timing in their line delivery.
Yeah.
Yeah, blow everybody up!
Push the goddamn button.
Push the goddamn button!
Alright, I know you're probably wondering when I'm going to get to the point of this video, and that's exactly where we are right now. I know it's hard to tell from just my voice and this visually ambiguous character that pops up on your screen to talk to you every now and then. I mean, is he Mexican? Filipino? Asian? What the fuck is he? But to keep it brief, I'm Blasian. My dad is black and my mom is Asian. So growing up, you get the occasional jokes, you know, that you're not Asian enough for this, or you're not black enough for this, or are you even Asian? Are you even black? You know, I'm more Asian than you, I'm more black than you, and stuff like that. So it kind of made it hard for me to find my identity as an individual. And I know there was just jokes, they didn't bother me at all, but it just made me kind of think, like, where do I kind of fit in the world, you know what I'm saying? But when I grew up, I realized that it was really fucking stupid. You know, as a kid, I thought I really had to just choose if I'm gonna be the black kid or the Asian kid, you know. But whenever I watched Rush Hour, I didn't really have to choose between one or the other because both of them are right there in front of me. I felt this movie, in a weird way, was an extension of me, so I based a lot of how I act and my sense of humor around Carter and Lee, respectively.
I'm no punk bitch.
I ain't no punk bitch neither.
I'm no
I'll
punk
come back there
bitch.
and knock that head off.
When I watched this film, I wasn't watching it as a black kid or an Asian kid. I was just watching it as a kid. It didn't take me long as a kid to realize that doing things just because it was quote unquote what black kids or Asian kids did was really lame and I should just do whatever I like. But this film helped me kind of start heading in that direction.
You don't know nothing about no war.
Everybody knows war. Huh. Yeah. What it is good for? Absolutely nothing. Good God.
Now, I fully embrace both cultures because I am extremely proud to be both black and Asian. But back when I thought I had to choose if I had to be one thing or the other, this film really reminded me that I'm literally a combination of both these great things, so there's really no need to choose between one or the other. Am I a weirdo? And it was never that deep, and it's probably just a weird thing that I used this movie to help me figure all that out as a kid? Probably. But you probably still wouldn't whip my ass about it. Thanks again for watching this video. If you wouldn't mind, please like and subscribe to the channel for future uploads. And if you liked what I said in this video, then tap into an episode of my podcast, Tendencies, wherever you happen to find podcasts. I'm Jay Reese, and I'll see you next time.